while since we did some streaming, but it's been a while since we did some Gran Turismo too. Just got a new update. New cars were just added, but it is finally the start of our MPM World Endurance. Just reach out your setup. Oh right, I forgot. There's tuning on this, but I'm just gonna do a stock setting. All right, but anyway, hold on, let me just get some stuff sorted. All right, so move this a little higher. Yeah, we are. Okay, so 90 minutes at Lago Maggiore. This is our stand-in for Imola, since Imola's not in Gran Turismo 7. But we'll be doing this race. It's Group 1 and Group 3. I'm going to be in the Toyota. So unlike in Le Mans Ultimate, where I typically favor driving the GTs, I'm in the hypercar category for this series. So we'll be doing this. Obviously, the real 6 hours of Imola was last weekend, but we weren't able to do the race last weekend, so we're doing it tonight. And instead of 6 hours, it's only going to be 90 minutes. So let's just get some basic practice going. The main lobby will be going up in a few short minutes. Been a long while since I played Room 1 Machinery, so I still need to get used to the whole setup of it. Now the thing to note with this, with my friends at MPM, I'm one of the lower ranked drivers, so I'm not really meant to be one of the, I'm not really going to be one of the competitive guys. I just like having structured competition. So, if I can keep pace with them, if I can get some good results, all the best. I mean, it was like that with the Japanese Grand Prix we had a couple of weeks ago. Oh shoot, track limits. But we're just hanging about until the main lobby opens up. Oh, I missed my braking point. Oopsie. Okay, race room is up. I'm actually gonna abort this right now. Let's get out of here quickly before the non-registered people try to steal a spot. Wait, hold on a sec. I just want to make sure that I got to the right room. Hold on a minute. Because the race is, the session is supposed to start around 10 o'clock, but knowing the admins at MPM, we're probably going to be a little bit, behind. So make sure. Also, I'm not expecting any. We're not supposed to be expecting any rain or anything like that. Event settings. Okay, so tire and fuel is 3 times the normal rate. So it's probably in my best interest to swap to hard tires to practice. Yeah, let's get some practice on this. Ugh. Alright, hold on a sec. Yep. This is a race control message. This is sign up only. Am I really out of practice with this car? Only 12 people on the grid right now. I actually want to know what the split is between racers. Past the GT. Wide, I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Man, I'm just really tired. I'm probably gonna need to get some energy drink a little bit later. Brakes did not work there. Let me go back to the pits and restart. Okay, also it's a little bit warm, so I want to turn on the fan. Okay. Let's try this again. It feels so weird switching back to Gran Turismo after so much time playing F1, so much time playing Le Mans, where my movements were a lot heavier and more drastic. Now the turning feels a little looser, if that makes sense. But we're gonna have a lot of we're gonna get a lot of time to reacquaint ourselves with Gran Turismo, because we got Manufacturers Cup tomorrow, so I'll be doing a stream tomorrow night on that. Got some competition to do. It's Group 3 of Barcelona. That was going over track limits, but I'm pretty sure that I'll be okay with that. Yeah, but the plan this weekend. Sorry, Diego. Clear. So the way the way things are gonna work with quali is the Group 3s are gonna get the first 10 minutes of qualifying. We get the remaining 10. Now, obviously, I'm practicing with the hard tires right now, but I'm going to switch back to softs for quality. But this will most likely be the compound that I'll be using in the race. not bad, but given that I am in the hard compound, it's kind of to be expected that other people will be quicker. Shoot. Can't really do that. Okay. So I gotta really lift off the throttle and be careful with that. But anyway, while we have a bit of time, let me see what cars are on the grid. We got... Excuse me. Wow, I got a full 16 grid here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8. Okay. So we got 8 on the field for Hypers. We'll be good then. Although I'm not the only Toyota driver here. Alright. You know what? I think I really need to get something to wake me up. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Alright. Got me some dubby. Still trying to finish up the rainbow sherbet flavor, but I got some new flavors over the weekend, so I'm curious to try out the other versions of dubby that I got. I got the Japanese yuzu. I got the brand new flavor, cherry lime. So really excited to give those a go. Of course, you guys can also try it. I got a code for 10% off. Just hit the WGG. Use my username as a code. Alright. 12 minutes to start. Okay. I don't know why I'm so tired. I think it's because I had a big dinner earlier. I had some curry chicken tonight, so maybe that's what's killing me. Don't ride the curbs. Curbs are gonna kill you. Cut some grass there. I don't know if that's considered track limits. Yeah, it is. Oh well. It's only the outlap. It's no big deal. The other big thing that I got to take into account is the gotta take into account the fuel situation, because I did notice while I was looking up the notes for the lobby, do have another stipulation where we're only able to use half the fuel tank. So that's going to be another wrinkle that I'm going to have to come to grips with. Warning. Now, one thing I didn't account for when registering for this season's version of World Endurance was I didn't know that they've expanded the field for Group 1, because when I competed in this series last season, the only Group 1 car we were allowed to use was a Toyota GR10, because that's the only actual hypercar. But for this season, they've allowed the use of the Porsche 919, which is like an older spec version of Group 1. Of course, in World Endurance, well, just in endurance racing in general, Porsche's car in this category is the 963, which is not in Gran Turismo, so kind of surprised that we're allowed to use that car. But nevertheless, you know, it's going to be a little interesting wrinkle, but I want to see if we're actually in an advantage or a disadvantage, because Group 1 is one of the wonkiest classes to balance because of how broad it is. Because there's only one like modern day hypercar, and that's the GR10. Everything else is like is an older spec. Even then, earlier I saw the likes of a TS50, which is what Toyota used to run in hypercar. But I'm curious to see how this goes. Get out and through. I feel like this section is what I'm going to need to work on the most. So much yawning. Ugh. I don't know how I feel about this. I gotta find something to do to wake me up. It's not gonna help me. It's not gonna help me either. Traffic coming in behind, so I'm gonna have to move aside real quick. Well, better yet, I'm gonna go into the pits. So alright, let me give myself a full tank to work with. Honestly, I think what I might do for what I might do once the lobby starts, I might just do an ad break during the 10-minute lull while the group 3s are out. Looking to upgrade my wheel to direct drive from D29. What wheel am I using? You're going from G29 upwards. So I'm going to. So I use a step up. I use the 923. I think it's about like a 50. I think it's like a $50-$60 upcharge from the G29. 923 is a pretty good one to use because but. Oh wait, hold on a second. You want a direct drive? I'm using a 923, but for a direct drive, I don't know if it's in your price range or not. But Moza could be a good choice. That could be a good brand to look up. Need to get glasses. I'm genuinely starting to see things when racing at night. Yeah, racing at night is a real different beast. You know, I recently did. I didn't do it on stream, but I did a race on Le Mans Ultimate. One of the dailies has you racing at night. I think it was it Sebring? But I did a night race on Le Mans Ultimate earlier this week. I can't remember if it was a Fuji or Sebring, but racing at night really does change the way you look at certain corners, you know? Because some markers that you think are there during the day are not there at night, and it really does affect things. Alright, I'm gonna assume we're on like 6-7 minutes till lobby start. So this is just more or less a practice session. What I'm probably gonna do, guys, is I think I'll run an ad break during the first half of qualifying, because we're gonna be in the garage anyway for 10 minutes, because the Group 3 cars are gonna be qualifying first. So I might be doing I'll probably do an ad break during that time if you're on the Twitch side of things, so that way, you know, we don't get an interruption during the race. If you're on YouTube, no problem. I don't have ads on there. Unless YouTube, well, because I'm not monetized on YouTube, so I don't think that's what we're playing regardless, which is kind of a blessing for you guys, because I know how intrusive they can be. So that's why I'm being ahead of the curve and playing them while I'm not doing anything. Ah, messed up there. But what I do need to do is they were mentioning a couple guys with cool liveries. I do need to update this one. Need to give this Toyota some more up-to-date branding. I'm probably gonna do the same for the Honda that we'll be running tomorrow night. So, surprise! We have the Gran Turismo World Series tomorrow night. So that is what we're gonna be racing tomorrow. We'll be doing, I think it's Barcelona. Barcelona is gonna be our first race tomorrow night. We'll do as many rounds of that as we can up until midnight. They're like 18 lappers, so they're going to be a little bit of a long investment, but I prefer longer races, so adds more strategy that way. I feel like I'm braking too late on that turn, and it's messing me up on the S's. Can't quite get them nailed down. Because have a look at this. I'm like 3 seconds behind the pace. But also, bear in mind, I'm only like a BC driver. In the grand scheme of things with Gran Turismo, I've kind of lost a step. I don't play like every single day like I used to. You know, I've been getting a lot more. I've been adding a lot more variety into my gaming diet again. Even within racing games, you know, I recently picked up F125. I'm still trying to see if I can get an actual multiplayer race in. I've been trying to do some multiplayer in F125, and every time I try to get into a lobby, right, the connection always dies out, and I can never get on the grid, which kind of annoys me. I'm like, I really want to take part in that. Ah, no. Okay. To the pits. Whew. Okay. Yeah, I gotta stretch. Yeah. Whew. Okay. Starting soon. Alright. So again, guys, when it comes time for qualifying to start, here, hold on a sec. Just have a look at the match chat again. So, how we're gonna be doing quali? Group 3 is gonna be going first. It's split. After the 10-minute mark, they go into the pits, and then we go out for the remaining 10. So, we're just gonna wait until quali starts. I'll take an ad break. 3 minutes will be out. I'll be out of here. Then I'll be coming back. I'll just chap and yap away, you know, and then we'll go from there. All right. So let's see here. One person is left. Some people were going in and out, so I just want to double check to see how many people are in each class. 1 minute warning. Yeah, I gotta do something to wake myself up. I'm like yawning like crazy. Okay, so got sexy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we got 7. We have 7 Group 1 cars. So 7 in the hypercar class. 8 in the GT3s. All right. And then we'll go from there. Took part in your recent F1 Sim competition recently. Got 8th out of P30. F1 is a massive leap from GT3, but it's so satisfying we're getting right. Yeah, I know. And that's a weird thing because it's weird because when it comes to standing starts, because F1 obviously there's no rolling starts. Everybody does a standing start. I'm weirdly better at it here in Gran Turismo than I am in F1. I don't know what it is about F1 that I'm like really wonky with standing starts. You know? But here in GT, I've been like pretty safe on them. But yeah, going from single seaters, open wheelers to endurance racing, it's a different mentality, you know. So, and that's kind of also why I prefer GT racing. It's a little bit more relaxed. There's a lot more margin of error, but it also makes you manage the race differently. You know, it's you dancing around the slower classes or making yourself as sturdy as possible for the for the lower when you're in the lower classes and the other guys and the faster guys are coming at you. You know, how do you handle that? it's a great dynamic, and yeah, more people should give endurance racing a look. I'm not telling people to just stay the entire 6 hours to watch. That's kind of OD. But it's a fun thing to just like have on the background and just keep an eye out, you know, as things are going on. So, yeah, give it a shot. And it's also fun, especially when you consider like how it can be a gateway for drivers of other series, you know? Oh yeah. Getting the optimal RPM is something I'm still trying to get used to, right? When I'm doing standing starts in F1, it's just like, okay, I gotta hold the clutch, I gotta find that optimal RPM line, and I'm just like, I need to practice this, because we don't have that. We don't have that in GT, or in Gran Turismo 7 at least. You know, either we just have just rev the car and go. You know, we do have a false start check, but it's pretty much as beginner friendly as you can be. But I do like I do like a challenge. I do like learning the intricacies, you know, starting my way up. There was a time where I was struggling in like D rank. So Max is just giving everybody the heads up on how the season is going. This is gonna be a year-round championship. So this is the first round. These World Endurance races that we're gonna be doing in GT7, they're gonna be parallel. They're gonna be running in tandem with the actual races on the week. So normally we would be doing the races the day before the actual World Endurance race, but unfortunately the person who normally runs these lobbies, they weren't available last weekend, so that's why we're doing the 6 hours of Imola now. But real quick though, like I said, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a 3-minute break, because it's just the GT cars that are supposed to be out right now, so we're just gonna be stuck in this lobby for 10 minutes. So if you guys need to go get some water, if you guys need to get a drink, a break, bathroom, you know, stretch, do whatever you got to do. But I will be back in 3 minutes. You guys are not gonna be missing anything. Yeah, I'll be right back. Oh, Gene says, I'd love to try GT7, but I only play on PC, and I'm a student, so I don't have the money for PS5. Yeah. Honestly, at this stage in the game, you're better off just waiting for you're better off just waiting for Gran Turismo 8. It's pretty clear that it's in active development, GT8, so, you know, give it a shot if you want to, but, hey, don't be, you're not missing too much. I would suggest, if you do want your GT fix though, I highly recommend Le Mans Ultimate. Alright? Give Le Mans Ultimate a shot on PC if you want to. Alright guys, but I will be back in 3 minutes, okay? So, more to come. Hang tight. Alright everybody, I am back. Okay. I think I'm a little bit more awake and active now. Okay. But wait, is this Porsche? Is this the... That's not the livery that Jimmy Broadbent is using, is it? No. Okay, never mind. Look, I thought it was. Because it was Fanatec on the side. Absolute banger of an intermission song. Fun fact, that's actually from Gran Turismo 4. So, yeah, that's all the way back in the PlayStation 2 days, you know? But anyway, let me have a look at what's going on here. So, just want to see who's leading the line on in group 3. So, Angry Pothole using an old GT World livery. So, for those that are not aware, the first 10 minutes are reserved for the Group 3 drivers, the GT3s. They're doing their 10 minutes of qualifying. After that, they're going to go into the pits, and we're going to go out ourselves. Okay, because we are in Group 1, we are in the hypercar class. So, let's see how this goes. So, from the looks of it, there's only 6 GT3 drivers have set a lap time right now, but I think there's 7 of them in total. So let's see how this goes. Let's just see who else is driving up. Let's have a look at everybody else's liveries. We got a Lexus RCF. Nice little Lawson look for that one. Torque is using, because Torque Drive, that's a real life livery, using the Akotis ASP team livery. Oh what? I remember the opening cinematic for GT5 forever. Absolute peak when I still had my PS3. Yeah, I got you. But yeah, for me, GT4 hits a certain way. For me, that's my all-time favorite Gran Turismo. Because I never had a PS3 growing up, so I went from PS2 to PS4, and Gran Turismo Sport was my way back into the series. You know, I didn't play 5. I didn't really play 5 or 6. I did play the PSP version of GT, which was pretty cool for its time. But yeah, 4 was it for me. So that's why I used the music from GT4 on my channel. Let me see what else we got here. Dejan, he's using. Is that meant to be a WRT livery? I see the Skechers branding on the side, but I'm pretty sure that's meant to be. No, that's not it. 7 days ago. Oh, wait. All right. And we got another BMW. Okay, one more minute in Group 3 qualifying. Turner Motorsport livery, 7 days to go. Okay, I'm gonna be very honest, Zeno. What exactly is happening in 7 days? What car am I gonna be racing with? Since I'm in Group 1, I'm gonna be using the Toyota GR10. So I'm using a, because I'm in the hypercar class. So I wanted to use the, because last year I used the GR10, but for this year, oh shoot, dick, a bit of an issue there. All right, so we got to abort that lap. What I need to do is I need to get ready. I need to go into. All right, put my tires on, get ready on the track, because we are going to be going out. We are going to be racing soon. But what I'm gonna do though is Group 1 is on, but I am gonna let everybody go out first. I want to give everyone some time. I want to give them space because I don't want to be jostling for position, you know? Alright, I think this is good enough. Because when everybody goes out like super early, it causes people to fight for position. Everybody's on different speeds, different strategies. I don't want people fumbling over each other, so I decided to just wait to go out, and then I'll go from there. There is somebody behind me. Okay. Is it motorsport related or stream related? Oh shoot. Not really paying attention. Because of course, one thing we also do need to bear in mind, we are coming up on birthday stream pretty soon. Next month is my birth month, so I still need to figure out what I'm actually going to be doing for my birthday stream. We'll figure something out. Did I keep that within track limits? I honestly don't know. We'll see. No, I'm not convinced that I'm purple sector. I'm pretty sure other people are faster than me. Hopefully that's not considered a track cut. 140.9 is the current pole time. Oh, shoot. 143.1 for me. That's kind of expected. I was kind of expect this to be near the back of the class, so. Because for me, my goal is not really to be competing. My goal is to finish. My goal is to finish each race. You know, hang out with the big boys, hang out with the top split drivers, and if I can take the fight to them, awesome. Plucky underdog mentality for this one. That's always been the case because whenever I'm with racing against MPM, I'm racing against people in top division, top split racers, you know? Acer guys going up against some of the pros, some of the mainstream, like the big streamers. So if I can hold my own against them, or just have the resiliency to outlast them, that's good in my books. Oh shoot, that could be track limits. This might not count. But I need to get better for the next lap. Just barely. No improvement there. Let's see what we're looking at here. Tenth behind. P5 at the moment. Not really gaining. So the tires are starting to take its toll on us. Alright, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go into the pits and get a new set of tires. I'll get a new set of tires. I'm gonna keep my fuel tank the way it is, so that way I'll have a lighter tank when I do my flying laps. Alright, I should be able to go out in clean air. And I should be able to serve my penalty during this out lap. So this should give me an opportunity to get one more lap in before the quali session ends. Because remember, if you're on a flying lap while the timer runs out, you're allowed to finish your lap. Oh, track limits again. It's okay. It's just tacked on to the little delay I got right now. But right now we're P6. Which is kind of what I expected to be around. I wasn't expected to be like the bottom of the bottom, but like near the bottom. So if I can maybe like sneak top 5 in this race, then this will be a good result for me. Alright, here we go. Final lap. A little bit of a slide. I lost a bit of traction on the exit. Getting a tech slapper off of a corner exit is not what you really want. All right, red sector 1. Not my best work through that sector. See where this puts us. P7. I'm able to steal a position back. No. Alright. So I'm P7. Wow. I wonder if it's a balancing thing, because we're like 3 seconds. We're like 3 seconds down on the Porsches. I need to see how Max finishes. Yeah, we're like a whole second and a half. Oh, almost at least 7/10. So, is the Toyota underpowered? Because the Porsche 919 is considered a darling of this Group 1 meta. So maybe that could be why. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Just hit the snooze button on the Twitch side of things. Extend our no ad time by another 15 minutes. But we just gotta wait for. We gotta wait because the. Wait, hold on a second. We had another Porsche on the booth? Alright, anyway. Because I saw another Porsche that didn't qualify. So I was like, wait, is that person actually racing with us? Okay, so, 5 minute break. All right. Shoot. What I think I'm probably gonna do is. I gotta figure out what we're gonna do for the next 5 minutes. I think it's a little too early to do an ad break because we just did one like 20 minutes ago. So it'd be a little bit overkill if you guys are on Twitch. So I'm not gonna put you through that. But let me just see here. I just want to check a few things on my end. Hold on a minute. Okay. Anyway, let's see here. All right, we got a late arrival to the party, so there's a possibility they could just reset this lobby and accommodate. Oh man, I gotta find screenshot your setups. Okay, so what's gonna happen is in a few short minutes they're gonna reset the lobby. They're gonna skip qualifying. They're just gonna manually put us in our qualifying positions. But okay, P7 out of 8 drivers in class. I'll see what we can do here. The goal is to try to get to maybe P5. I want to see if I can get to P5 here. Okay. For me, this is kind of a warm-up for tomorrow night, because tomorrow night is when we can start to make our push toward a higher rank, you know? Because as great as these private lobbies are, they don't affect our driver rating. As you guys can see, I'm still in C rank. You know, I've dropped quite a bit because of some unfortunate results in prior streams and prior races. So tomorrow is going to be like our big chance to get ourselves back into where we used to be in B rank. So let me see here. How far back do I need to go? I'm like mid C right now. So we'll see what we can do about that. The plan for me tomorrow night is to go live from 9 p.m. Eastern. Oops. Alright, I gotta re-queue. This car is the same. Gotta switch my tires. Alright. But yeah, what I'm gonna do is I need to do a couple races. I gotta get my rating back up. I want to get back to B rank because the higher my the higher my driver rating, the better the lobbies tend to be. You know, the less chaotic, the less dirty they tend to be. So I want to try to get back up to B rank because that's where I used to thrive the most. I was on the outskirts of A at one point, so the goal for me was always to get to A rank. But given how much time I split between this game and other titles on rotation for the channel, it's probably not going to happen. So, at the very least, I want to get as much as I can done. So, the way tomorrow's races are going to go is they're on the hour every hour. So it's an 18-lap race at Barcelona, so there's a possibility we might only be able to do like every 2 hours. So like if I join the 9 o'clock lobby, I'm probably gonna miss the 10 and then go straight to the 11. But depending on how things go, I want to do like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, midnight. I want to try to do at least 4 races. So I want to try to get as much as I can done in that regard. So, and it's group 3, so it tends to be a little bit more open to interpretation. I'm gonna be taking out my trusty old Honda NSX, but I need more Japanese representation in GT3s, you know? Hold on a minute, guys. Okay. I was a little bit wonky there. Because, you know, it's springtime right now, and because it's spring, the weather is like fluctuating like crazy, you know? So we had like winter, like we had like late fall weather or at the start of the week. Now we're pushing like 70s, which is like super, super warm. We had 80-degree weather not last week, 2 weeks ago. And it's been messing with my body, you know? Because I don't know if you guys feel the same, but when the temperature fluctuates wildly, right? Your body can't really keep up with it. And for me, a symptom of that is I get nosebleeds a lot. So I was kind of worried that I was getting a nosebleed like right now. Because I just felt it. I'm like, my sniffles are weird. Sniffles are irony. You know? It's that feeling of, you know how you can like sniff blood? You can smell blood? Like, is that the case? I think they kind of reset our 5-minute break, so. I'll see if I can maybe sneak in a few laps. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I know I was on the. I think instead of the hards, I'm gonna do mediums. I think I'm gonna do my stints on the mediums. But let's see here. So we're doing Gran Turismo right now. We've got Gran Turismo tomorrow night. We got World Series tomorrow night. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna be doing for Sunday. You know, Sunday I need to figure out if I'm gonna do a stream. There's a lot of games that I really want to get onto the channel. There's a lot of things I really want to do. I'm working on a like for F1. I'm trying to work on a My Team playthrough. I want to see if I can do like a single-player campaign on that. Obviously, I want to see if I can do a few multiplayer races on that side of things. And of course, I got my stuff on Le Mans. So that'll always be a fun thing to do. I also got iRacing Arcade recently. I want to give that game at least a shot on stream, like maybe at the very least like a one-off. And if it's something that I could really come to grips with, then I'll make it a full series. I'll play more of it. But at the very least, I want to give iRacing Arcade one stream. Oh man. Shoot. But yeah, I appreciate everybody that decided to stop by tonight. Whether you're watching on Twitch, whether you're watching on YouTube. Gonna try to get some more streams in by within the next week or two. Take advantage of some gaps in my schedule. Of course, the new manufacturer series that's going to be starting tomorrow night is good incentive for me to get started. Although I won't be doing every race on the calendar for this Manufacturers Cup. I think there is a Nürburgring Nordschleife race, and if it does incorporate the Nordschleife, I'm probably not going to do it. I'm also kind of iffy on doing Bathurst, because I think Bathurst is on the calendar, and considering I'm trying to keep my driver rating and sportsmanship rating at a super high level, I'm just like, probably not the best for right now. Alright, we got a minute. So get that done. This is probably our cue to step out. Back. God, that got spun. I saw that. Alright. Shoot. I should probably go get some... I need to go get some water. Hold on a minute. Always stay hydrated. Always stay hydrated. So that way I'll always have water at the ready in case I need it during the race. Sorry, let me just check a few things. Oh wow. I completely forgot the NFL draft was going on right now. I'm just seeing some picks, but okay. This is our cue. Yeah, let's give the mediums a shot. I'm just kind of winging it here, but this is a 90-minute race. Did they change the... No, they didn't change the tire wear and fuel rate. So we're gonna have to make a ton of stops, so we'll see how this goes. Alright. We're just waiting on race control at this point, guys, so hang on to your hats. And I believe this is a rolling start too, not a standing start. So we should be good on the carnage there. Also, I was just looking at YouTube Studio. I was just like looking at some stuff. We just got an announcement for the new Final Fantasy expansion. I think it was called Evercold, which good news for my fellow Eorzeans. Ah, shoot. Alright, had a bit of a wonky first lap, first turn there. Alright, so... there's some... a yellow flag, so we had to hold steady. So the reason why I lifted off and took my time with overtaking was when there was a yellow flag out. If there is a yellow flag and they say no overtaking, you hold steady, because if you overtake under yellow, you got a 3-second penalty. So I didn't want to get that. But yeah, unfortunate first turn for me where I lost traction due to the cold tires, and that kind of messed me up. But that also meant that I had to overtake all the GT3s within the first lap, and because they were on the same lap as us, they weren't being shown blue flags, so they technically did not have to. They didn't have to yield for us. All right. But now that they're away, let's focus on getting some decent laps in. So we got about 16 laps to work with. I need to see if these mediums will last that long. Because I do anticipate we're going to be making more than one stop here. But as much as possible, we want to try to avoid getting damaged during our races, because in these lobbies there is track limits. I'm okay with that. It's fair. What was I saying? God, I lost my train of thought. What was I supposed to be saying? I had something in my mind. I was like talking about how this race was gonna go, what my thought process was, but I'm like, it completely escaped me. Oh, that's not fun at all. I'm getting old, guys. I'm just thinking about getting some decent laps. It's a long race. It's going to be more than one stop, so... Oh yeah, damage. So damage does not regenerate, unlike in like the daily races and the World Series races that we do. If we get damage, we have to go into the pits to fix it. Just like in Le Mans Ultimate. So no regenerating health here. I want to see if we can try to catch up to this Japanese driver. Was all of that within track limits? Looks like it was. But I do thank everybody who is sticking around so far. I know the prep to these races always take a long time, but the racing's worth it at the end of the night, you know? And the conversation and the company is also nice and cozy. Alright, 2.1. 5.3. Starting to find some pace on this guy. But I just need to learn to stay consistent. Slowly, 1.5 is now the gap. Within a second now. Let's go. Alright, we're catching them. We're within a second. Too far back to make a lunge. Gotta be patient. Alright, job done. But now we gotta keep this lead. Yeah, I'm gonna serve that next lap. Understood. Can't really defend that. Oh, shoot. Wasn't expecting that lunge. Let's settle down now. We've got out of the basement. We're in P6 in class. Right now, what we need to do is try to get some daylight between us and Noob here. Oh, that is wide. Be far enough to maintain this position going into Big Banky Boy. About 2 seconds. Yellow flag up ahead. Somebody must have gone off. It's too far away for us to profit off of, so we're all right. All right, 17.4. Also, Noob has gone into the pits. He was on soft tires, so all right. What I'm gonna do real quick is I'm gonna put my brake balance to the rear. Manage my fuel. Because he's now, what, 20, almost 24 seconds behind now? And he might be dealing with traffic at this point. Alright. So what we gotta do is we gotta manage these tires now. Because they've taken quite a shellacking. Question is, though, we're only about 15 minutes in. I need to figure out how many more laps I can take on these. Because I have 9 laps of fuel left. These things are probably not going to last all the way to lap 17. Alright, so the Japanese driver is gone, which means I am last on track. Last in class on the track. But there are 2 DNFs, so I am not last on standings. It's a bit of a hiccup on my end. Looks like we're coming up on lower class traffic. So here are the rules when it comes to overtaking slower classes. Remember, they're not racing us. We're in a completely different race from they are. They have their own standings. They have their own leaderboards, so alright, good thing is that we got a big straight after this, so I've got straight line speed to just overtake him that way. Got two guys up ahead going on Big Banky Boy, so I also noticed that I have like no hybrid left. Alright, I can see if I can get past Expat here. There we go. But that did kind of compromise my exit, so now this is where I need to be a little bit strategic here. What I'm gonna need to do, if I really want to get some pace back, I need to use up some hybrid. I need to recharge my battery. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to intentionally hamper myself by riding the brakes. Because if the hybrid is super powerful on this car, I'm gonna ride the brake just a little bit, just to slow my acceleration down. But it gives me a chance to get extra battery charge. Got another back marker coming up. Alright, Flopster's next. I'm pretty sure he's also streaming on Twitch right now. Alright, where are we on? An hour and 9? Alright, I've kind of intentionally slowed myself down. I'm now 23 seconds behind. But I'm also not... I also took that time to recharge my battery, so... I'll have it on hand for the next parts of the race. Alright, got another back marker coming up. dance. Alright, clean move. We've raced against him so many times, so I know I can trust him not to give me like a weird, awkward overtake opportunity. Like for the vast majority, some of the familiar names that you can see here, these are people that I've raced against a lot. And we know that we can trust them with a good race, like Bacon Dance with Max, Angry Pothole. These are people that I've raced against many, many times. So I'm under no illusions that they can give me a good run. Oh, shoot. These tires are really starting to go. How much do I got left? Now I'm really considering pitting this lap and switching on to hards. I'll give it one more lap and I'll see what happens. That's a little bit more inside than I really should have been. Yeah, I'm gonna take it lap by lap. Ooh. It's nearly on the grass. That could have been a disaster. I'm gonna take it lap by lap, see how the traction of this car goes. Because what I'm thinking is I'm probably gonna pit this lap and get hards. That's understandable. I tried to slow down and give some of that time back, but oh, okay. They're gonna give me another. Yeah, I'm gonna go into the pits this lap. Hards. And I also get to avoid these back markers for a little bit, just so I can play about. Oh no, they're going into the pits with me. Alright. I'm also gonna fill up. So guys, just fill into full. Alright, fellow medium runners are starting to go in as well, so I had the right idea alongside everyone. More laps does everybody need? Alright, we should should be able to get out in clean air. Pothole, we're going to overtake in just a short bit. Yeah, this is the pit window. Everybody was going in. God, I have to serve my 1 second penalty. They wouldn't let me serve. They didn't let me serve it in the pits. Alright, now this is where it gets interesting because there was one person ahead of me who's like 40 seconds. I honestly don't remember if he's a GT car or if he's a Hyper. But I gotta overtake these two guys in just a minute. Seconds back on this guy. But he needs to take a scheduled stop pretty soon, so I might be able to get him. Uh-oh. That was an awkward section right there, so yikes. Alright, blue flag being shown for this back marker. Alright, gave me a wide open gap. Take that, thank you very much. Let's see if I can overtake this guy through the pits. Oh, he is in class. Oh, okay. Wait, is the guy behind me the one I gotta let through? Because I just overtook him for position. It doesn't make any sense. Hold on a minute. Unless there's a person ahead of me who is right by him. Oh, it is. That's why it is. Okay. Alright. Now that back marker situation was taken care of, now I can try to get some pace in. Now the thing is, the guy behind me is on mediums. But he is in class, so I can defend him. I might just play the long game where... Next stint I might do mediums again. Back marker out of the way. 55 minutes to go. Shoot, that might be track limits. What did the steward say? Steward say I'm okay. Try my best to hold this guy back. I need to get some pace, but I also got to look after these tires. I'm at a deficit. I'm at a tire deficit. He's on mediums, I'm on hards. So he's inherently going to be quicker than me. So I'm just long stinting this for now, and I'm going to see if I can make up the time later on when I switch back to mediums. But this also means I got a lot of time to do before that happens. I got 13 and a half laps after this, so I gotta bear that into account. That nearly ended in disaster for me. So... here. We got another back marker. What's my gap? It's only 2 seconds now. Nick is next. Just gotta watch out for that axis wheel spin. I'm not in a position to overtake here. Guy was able to overtake me. Understandable. I'm playing the long game here, so. Let's try to stay let's try to keep pace with him though. Oh, dirty air though. Wow. Got pushed out crazy. I felt it. I felt it. I wasn't really able to follow him as effectively. Too far back to look for an overtake. Another GT. Yeah, it's another GT. They are the next overtake. Off they go. Getting him. Slowly. Can we get him before the braking zone? Yes. There was a weird bit of lag in that last overtake on expat there. Uh-oh. Spin! That's a position gained. Lovely. And I think there was there's a penalty attached to that as well. So I've got a cushion on that guy now. I can afford to go a little bit crazy. All right. What's our gap? 10.6. And 50 minutes to go. Let's see if we can lock up P6. This is our expected finishing position. So anything above 6 is considered my a bonus. All right. Now we do have somebody ahead of us that's about to try to overtake. Gave him the time and the space. He's good to go. Go do your thing. Fight for your win. I'll just do my thing in the back. Alright. It's starting to get dark out. Stream wide berth there. Excuse me, bacon dance. Got another leader coming up. Just want to get an idea of when they're coming. So. I had to back off just to let the leaders through, so now that they've got their clean air, I'll see if they can have their fight. Just overtake flops through here. It's yellow, I don't know who's it for. Oh, that's for P4. They're a lap down. They're a lap ahead of us. But I don't know if they're in any condition for... I don't think they're in any condition to overtake us. Also, what happened to the guy that was behind me? Like the guy that there was a guy, I don't know if it was Australian, New Zealand, but he was behind us and he was gone. He's still in the race from the looks of it. He hasn't departed. Has he essentially wrapped up P6 for me? Awesome if true. Wasn't paying attention. I missed my braking point. Got my line wrong. Tires are still holding up rather handsomely. Should be able to get him before the braking zone. There we are. Alright. Chalky just came out of the pits and he's gonna be right behind me, so I'll let him through if he catches up. He will catch up eventually, so... Just leave him be, do our thing. Now, the guy that was in P4 that crashed earlier, he went into the pits. He's 54 seconds ahead of me. But also, bear in mind, I still gotta take a pit stop. So he'll get that time back eventually, but I don't know if he's in sync or if he's out of sync, so he might have to take another stop later to make up for it. So it's all to play for. So if I could make up some time, pretty good. He's what, 54 seconds? Alright, so I got clean air behind me though, so I don't have to worry about anybody chasing me or having to get out of the way. Tire wear is starting to do its thing on me, so I gotta be careful. I still got 5 laps to go on this stint. But see, here's the thing. I don't know if I should do I stick to the hards like this? Take longer stints, or do I go mediums and possibly like do 2 stops more? Yellow flag was briefly on. I don't know if that was for me, for my class, or someone else. Whatever it is, it's gone now. Alright. Huge thank you to everybody who's stuck with me so far, whether you're watching on Twitch or YouTube. We're about 40 minutes left to go. I need to recharge this battery. Maybe I should just do a lap where I'm just riding the brake and letting the battery regenerate itself. That could be a track limits right there. Alright, let this battery regenerate itself. Alright, sorry, if you guys are watching on YouTube, sorry, not on YouTube. If you guys are watching on Twitch, there is going to be an ad break within the next 5 minutes, so guys, be ready for that. Sorry, I don't have any more. Snooze buttons. 3 laps to go in this stint. Now I'm thinking. At the current pace we're doing right now, if I go hards, I could probably finish the race with 1 more stop. Otherwise, maybe do a medium stop. But I might end up having to go again near the very, very end. And I think might as well go for broke. We're in a very comfortable spot, you know. We're last on the road in class, but we're already clinched two higher positions. In our leaderboard, so but I still got about 2 more laps to think about this. What I want to do. Oh boy. Just keep the car steady so I don't have to make that decision myself. And I also have to think because there is a leader coming up on me. Or there's somebody coming up on me. I don't know if it's probably a hyper. Gotten a blue flag from anybody, so until I say otherwise, I'm gonna keep going when I'm going. All right, boxing this lap. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go mediums next lap. Alright, blue flag for me, so whoever's catching me is a hypercar. Oh. If he can catch me, I'll move aside. Again. But they're coming. If I could get to the pits before this guy catches up to me, this will actually be a good thing. Alright, box. Alright, let's see how this goes. Get this going. I'll see if this could be our last stop. So I'm anticipating around like 14 laps of fuel, so that I'll need. But I'm gonna go like about 15-ish, and then I'll go. Actually, no. I'll yeah, might as well. Okay. Off we go. P5. What? How am I P5? Wait, the guy that the guy that I'm chasing, did he leave? See, this is the hallmark of me in MPM Racing. Sometimes just, I don't care how bad things are going, how off the pace I could be. I'm gonna finish the race, no matter what. And sometimes, that ends in me just falling upwards, you know? It looks like the guy that is like almost a minute and a half ahead of me, I don't see him on the grid anymore, so he might have left. Which means I take his P5. I fall upwards in this game. Because I will never quit no matter what. Alright, I gotta be careful because there are people coming out of the pits, so leaders are coming out. I'm gonna be showing blue flags. Just gonna manage that. Well, looks like they're still in there for a while. Alright, now I don't expect Max to give up anytime soon. He is the next car ahead of me, but he's 3 minutes ahead, essentially. Yeah, I'm not convinced he's gonna drop off. Right now, all my overtakes are gonna be on the GTs. Alright. Gonna be kind of ambitious if I do it here. Trust the downforce, I trust the speed. Oh, the car feels so much better to drive now that we got out of those hards. We're under the final half hour. Pretty sure this is going to be my final stint. And sorry for the ad break in the middle, guys that are watching on Twitch. Tried my best to get around that, but I just made a whole minute on Max here. He was like 3 minutes ahead. Now it's down to 2. I think he was in the pits though, wasn't he? We're in a very cozy spot at the moment. Not really fighting anybody. We could just vibe, do our own thing. But we still got 26 minutes to go though, so we still gotta do our job. We can take in the scenery. We're in a no risk situation. Even though we're 5th, we're the last person in class on the road, but there's nobody else to chase us. Flopster is the leader in GT3, so he's of no threat to us. So we'll just let them do their thing. Just try to get past them as quick as we can. Give them their space, and then we'll go. What wheel and pedal do I use? Asked the doc. I use a G9. I use a Logitech. I use a G923. And it's an all-in-one set, so. Oh, shoot. Take the brakes on that. XPad has a lot of yeah, those stutters with the were a little bit cumbersome. Apologies. Sorry, Bacon Dance. I didn't mean it. Saving for a Moza? Okay. Yeah, Mozas are a really good brand. Like one of these days I do want to get one, but I personally use a Logitech G923. So it's good, serviceable, all-in-one wheel. I've been rocking this for about like 4 years now. I think maybe longer. Maybe 5 years. Yeah, but it's a goodie. now this is where it's gonna get a little bit tricky. Now I gotta deal with all the GTs. I gotta overtake them all. Alright, too far back to make a move there. But I should be able to get him here. See, here's the thing. Just because you're in a faster class doesn't give you license to just dive bomb the slower cars, you know? Be smart about it. Whew. Just decompress, relax a little bit. I just did a lot of activity for that last those last 2 laps, so now we can chill for a little bit. I'll read that. I'll read that in a little bit. I see what you typed up. Hold on, give me a sec. Don't mind how much is the wheel setup. Wouldn't be mind getting something for the time being. So if I'm not mistaken, because I bought this G923 used. I bought this. This was pre-owned, and I bought this for around like 300. So the wheel and the pedals, if I were to guess, I think if you were to buy this wheel and pedals brand new, I think it's around 350. I think it's 350. And the stand, I bought this from GT Omega. This is like their super basic stand. I think it was like around like 110 when I bought it. I don't know if the same model that I have is still available. And if you're in the US, I don't even know if you can even access that site, because I remember when the import tariffs were at their craziest at the start of the year, because I was in the market of getting a new stand. I tried going to the GT Omega website, and they were just like, "Yeah, we're disabling we're disabling US orders for the time being." And I'm just like, ugh. So, but yeah, I would say my setup is around like the 350, 400 range. Depends on where you get it. Depends on where you are. But a G923 is not bad. And also, this particular model works for console and PC. So if I were to play something like Le Mans Ultimate, I could literally just unplug the USB cord and then put it on my PC. From Canada? Okay. Nice. Yeah, I don't know how much it would run in Canadian. All my estimates are in US dollars, so, because I know the Canadian dollar is weak compared to the US dollar. So I think a 923 would be around like closer to 400 in Canadian dollars. Yeah, I think it might be more around the 400 range. But correct me if I'm wrong, though. So, anyway, I'm going to overtake the leader in GT3 as we head into Big Banky Boy. see blue flags flashing up, but I don't know if that's for me or the guys behind. I think there is a hypercar behind me. I'm not concerned about fuel. Right now, I gotta think about my tires. Now, if I have to take another stop, it's gonna be on... I'm gonna go on soft tires. Just waiting for the leader... Waiting for the leader in question to try to catch up to me so I can keep an eye on him and let him through. Try to get it done. I'll try to let him pass after these S's. Because I'm not in any immediate battle, so I don't mind just dropping back and letting him through. Alright, 15 minutes to go. We're nearly at the end. I see, this is also why I like multi-class racing. So, at a certain point, you know, even if you're not in an immediate battle for position, you still got to deal with traffic. You still got to deal with back markers. So you're still constantly on your toes, even if you're locked in position like I am right now, right? That's an appeal for it, you know? Because you compare that to something like F1 where everybody's all separated, there's like a clear gulf in class. Ha 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 ha. Nearly binned it. But I think I'm okay. Yeah, P5 is not a bad position for me to finish. If the tires get a little too wonky, I think I'm just gonna go and swap over to softs for the last bit. I might even do it for fun. Who knows? If I do try to switch to softs, I want to wait till a little bit later on. I kind of feel like it's a little too early. Let's see here. 7.7 laps to go, so this will be more than enough. If anything, if I do go inside for a soft, I'll probably do like a small splash and dash, give myself like an extra lap or two of fuel, just to make sure that I can be sure. Because I'm thinking about it as like 2-minute laps. They're shorter than 2-minute laps, but it's like 140s and stuff. But I still like to multiply, so. Having 7 laps of fuel at this stage might be a little bit close. You know what? Let's go for it. Let's box this lap. I'm getting softs. Let's have some fun. Actually, no. Next lap. Next lap I'll swap. Swap tires next lap. Because I'm also thinking about the life of these softs, you know? Okay, box next lap. Did not need to shift that high. Alright. Almost a 6-minute gap to the guy behind. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. That's a little wonky. Yeah, this is a good time to... that's a signal that we need to swap tires. Maybe maybe doing another hard stint was the a better choice. Uh-oh. Just not paying attention. Alright, so I do have some damage. Now I really got a box. That's alright. It's only 10 minutes. We only got 10 minutes. So, and given the gaps at play, I'm okay with there's no point. No point in trying to chase. Let's just bring this car home. Yeah, let's do it. 10 minutes. Fresh tires. Repaired car. Let me see here. Come on. Yeah, let's get some tires. Put some softs on. That should be good enough. Lovely. Alright, we got a leader coming up. That should be one of the last overtakes we need to deal with. Alright, I think I might have started to trend. Some other people are starting to go in late and go for soft stint glory runs. Alright. Probably got about 4 more laps, maybe 5 depending on where we, maybe 5 laps more depending on how we make it to the line. But this is a solid race so far, you know? Early hiccups aside, we decided to just hunker down. For the most part, be consistent, you know? as best as we could really do with this Toyota. But I have to commit to this car for the entire season, though, so I can't just swap to a Porsche right after this. So I gotta stick with what I got here. I don't know if that was truck limits or not. Alright, we're okay. Six and a half. We're almost there. Don't lose focus now. It's almost 12:30, wow. We're in the wee hours. Personal best. 145.2. Which is kind of a shame considering I know I'm capable of like 143s. So we're keeping pace with Blue Gas here, but we're not in any. We don't really have an incentive to try to overtake them. So we might as well just follow them. Sorry, buddy. I know I had some pace on you, but I'd rather just, you know, do my thing. Don't really force the issue. Torque drive. Am I able to overtake them before the braking zone? Yes. Made it as seamless as possible. Alright, 4 minutes. 2, maybe 3 laps to go. Okay, come on. I'm already like half asleep at this point. I gotta finish this race. Alright, excuse me, Nick. We're gonna have to overtake you too. Thank you, buddy. One more to take down. Well, not take down, but go past. It's a pothole again. Right, should be able to overtake you there. Alright, so let's see here. 2 laps, I'm assuming. So we'll do this one and then we'll get one more. It'll depend on how the stewards mark it. I might get the checker flag early, so... Almost done. 90 seconds to go. From 90 minutes to 90 seconds. Oh, dear Lord. Less than a minute. Will probably be time for one more lap to do. Once we're done, I'm calling it quits for the night. So we're almost there. Because I am big EP. Personal best. Oh, oh God! Losing the rear. I was like super aggressive going into that corner. All right, final lap. One more GT to overtake. Alright, Blue Gas and I still need to check her for our class. They're gonna get P3 comfortably, but not bad. P8, P5 from P8, just by sheer will and determination. That's fine with me. Ooh, somebody is all over the place. All right, so we check her. P5, 2 laps down. Not a bad run, not a bad run. How many DNFs do we have? All right. I'll take a P5. Oh, I started P7. So P7 to P5. I'll take it. Okay, woo. I want to give Max some love, because obviously they're the ones that are They're the ones that are running these races for us, so show them some appreciation. Okay. But in the meantime, let's see if we can leave a raid before bed. On our side of things, so alright, I think I'm gonna leave it here. Alright guys, so tomorrow we'll be going back into Gran Turismo. We'll be doing some more GT7. We'll be doing the first round of the Manufacturer Series, so that's something to look forward to. Okay guys? Thank you all for watching. I'll see y'all tomorrow.